All right, well, thanks for making it to our YouTube channel, City of Bremerton Fire Department. This video will be on the final fire alarm test. Typically, there's only one test for the fire alarm system, but not always. We could have more than one. So once we dive into some of these other videos that have quite a bit more to them, they're not just a simple hood suppression system or something like that. We're going to end up with multiple codes that we're going to be using. So in this particular video, we'll be touching on a few of NFPA 72, the fire code, and the City of Bremerton fire code has some provisions in there as well. So we'll just start off right from the very beginning. All fire alarm inspections are scheduled. They're scheduled through the permit portal, which is basically saying that they're done online, or you can call in advance and schedule it through the fire department inspection number that'll be placed on a schedule, and a fire inspector will arrive around the time of the scheduled inspection. We do ask for a little bit of latitude. Sometimes we're a little early, sometimes we're later. However, it's still better than having people wait all day just for the inspector to show up at a time. Having a scheduled time does help out. So, but all of the inspections are scheduled, which helps out because there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done before the actual fire inspection portion of the test. So I'm just going to go right down the list. This will help everybody's process go quite a bit smoother. Approved plans need to be on site and ready to go. That means that the system was installed to those plans and that there are no changes. Any changes that occurred need to be done before the final testing, and there's a whole number of reasons for that. If you drop a bunch of changes on the inspector when they show up and expect them to just approve them on site, that is not likely going to be the case. The fire alarm plans need to be approved basically in the office where we have our reference material and we can get to them and evaluate what's going on, not necessarily in the field. The system account needs to be set up and commissioned. That means that we're not just in a testing platform, but that the system is fully up and running and ready to go. A 100% pre-test needs to be done, and this is really important. And just openly, when we do our test, we often don't, in fact, never do a complete test, meaning we test every single device. We're going to spot test to look and make sure that everything has been is working properly, that while we're there. And if we come across issues where a smoke detector or a heat detector or a particular string of devices is not working, or there are pieces that are incomplete, we'll likely just stop the test and give you an opportunity to make the corrections on the test and then reschedule that. So your pre-test is very important. We rely on that. And in fact, the pre-test is going to be something that is handed over to the inspector when they arrive. They're going to need that pre-test to be done with signals with the account that's set up. So that pre-test will need to be printed off and provided to the inspector when they arrive. We're also going to need to have a compliant record of completion right out of NFPA 72, which illustrates the panel type and the devices and so on, illustrating that everything has been properly set up. We're also going to need a binder or a folder holder that's mounted to the wall. That's something we've done for quite a while. And the system is in test and ready to test. This is a slight breakdown of how the test will likely go. The inspector, when they show up, has the latitude to check any of the items that are listed in the inspection, testing, and maintenance chapter of NFPA 72. However, this is typically how it will go. We're going to power down the panel, or we're going to kill the AC power and run it off of battery power only. So make sure the system has been up and running long enough for the batteries to be charged. We're going to activate an initiating device. If the building has a fire sprinkler system, that initiating device will be the flow switch, so that we can verify that that particular device is programmed properly. During that time when the system is activating on battery, we're going to check every single area, every single device to make sure that the system is synchronized properly and that everything's working. Basically, this is the overall functional test. So we'll be doing that area inspection where we're going and we're checking all of these devices, and then we're just going to go right down the list, checking initiating devices, notification, troubles, and of course supervisory and the other valves and other supervisory signals as we go. We'll be doing a panel inspection while we're there. Likely we'll be disconnecting the SLC circuit to see how many troubles that we get and then reconnecting it to make sure that they're non-latching. Then we'll verify signals to some extent, and then we will be verifying that we've got all of the keys in the Knox box. If you were calling for a fire alarm inspection and there's a question about any one of these, don't call for that inspection. Get those items figured out. Complete your 100% pre-test with signals. Print that out, have that available for the inspector when they arrive, and everything will go lickety-split. Here's my contact information if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.